What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. I'm making this little video, checking with everybody, have a little chat, talk about some things, update everybody who subscribes to my channel. I mean, I should be putting out content more often, but actually I'm using Rumble to do that more because obviously I'm working in that area that we're not allowed to talk about here. It's fucking stupid. This world is this world is really getting to me. Garbage land. I wake up and I'm like, ah, great, another day in garbage land. I mean, I make the best of it, but yeah, this place is a hard place to be. Like, I really don't want to be here. Like, I would rather be somewhere else. Like, have the fairies take me to some magical fairyland or something. Get me the fuck out of here. But no, I mean, I think talking to when I talk to all my friends, like, it seems like everybody's having a hard time. Like, everybody's having a hard time right now. Like, the world has just gone so crazy. And then, you get all the fucking propaganda, the politics, and all that nonsense just bombarding us. I hate politics. I just feel like politics is just like a term for like a bunch of nonsense that really doesn't do anything other than divide us. I mean, basically now, that's how it is. I almost remember a time when people could have different opinions and people could be a Republican or a Democrat and nobody cared. Now it's like one side pinned against the other, always blaming the other side for everything. I mean, it's like that. It's like I hear conservatives are like, oh, it's all the Democrats' fault, this and that, blah, blah, blah. We just have Republicans. And then I hear like people that know they're Democrats are just like, oh, well, if we just get the Democrats back in the House, we'll everything will be good again. Are you delusional? It's like, that is the most delusional. I don't know. I think that is like, it's like, really, dude? Give me a break. The Sleeper Agent audiobook, Sleeper Agent audiobook is done. I'm just kind of going through it and listening to it. I have to make some corrections here and there, so it's just about done. It will be ready for the beginning of July. Like, if I really wanted to, I could put it out tomorrow, but I'm gonna do it in July. And it sounds really good. It's a really quality audiobook. It's going to be. I'm gonna sell it at my site, thesleeperagent.com. Fuck Amazon, they can screw off. Like, they take like 50% of the money you make from the books. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, they really screw people. Screw authors. They really screw authors. But that's just kind of like, I mean, I use Amazon all the time too, so it's like, it's not going away. You gotta use it, so that's where most of the books get sold. But the audiobook I will have on my website, so where people type in Google the Sleeper Agent audiobook, it'll just come up like right on Google, and they'll see the link for it, and they'll be able to get it like that. I mean, audiobooks are selling way more than regular books, so like any author, you'd be crazy not to make one. And I am writing a second book, but it's just kind of slow. I'm trying to focus on the immune tolerance thing specifically, because the Sleeper Agent was like more of like a historical thing, talking about the history of stealth biological weapons and the incapacitating agents, as they say. But this book, I want to really focus on immune tolerance. Because it's like, that is the science of chronic disease. Eric Traub discovered the science of chronic disease. Immunosuppression and virus reactivation. That's what it basically consists of. And then you have all these other chronic infections that come online too. It's a complex process, and for each person, it's going to be different. Like, each disease will unravel in a different way. Once the immune system's down, the disease, like the way disease unravels, will be different for each person. That's why it's like it doesn't fit into their system where they want to classify everything in these, put everything in a little box, like, this is this syndrome, and this is this disease, and this is this. When it's something that's general and vague, like headaches, joint pain, chronic fatigue, and all sorts of other just weird health problems, because of the vagueness of it, they don't really know how to deal with it. And immune tolerance is like, you have physical stress, something that suppresses your immune system. Usually it's these antigens, something that suppresses your immune system, and then when the immune system's impaired, viruses reactivate. And a lot of times you'll have viruses that are neurotropic or neurotropic. You can say either or. I mean, some people say psychotropic, some people say psychotropic. I like to say neurotropic. I don't know, that's the way I say it. But that's what happens. And a lot of times with these neurological disorders, that's what's involved. Something has suppressed your immune system, and then these latent viruses reactivate. So I really want to get into that, because like, I spent so many years studying his work, and it's very, very relevant today. And I just cannot believe that they completely ignored that science and didn't include it into public health policy and immunology. But I kind of get why, because it would have put a real thorn in the side of Big Pharma, because it would have shown some inconvenient truths about immunology, and that would really cut into profit. I had a few appearances in the last week. One with John O'Loughlin, one with Carol Ann of Ethereal Encounters United. That's a really great interview. Posted on my X account, where you could find me at AW Finnegan. It's this place, man. This place gets to me. I'm just so sick of this place. But you gotta stay busy. So, like for me, you find things to get you through this life, right? You find things to get. Sometimes I just feel like feels like I'm doing time, like in a prison or something. But the key to getting through that is finding things that bring your life meaning and purpose, and finding a job where you're like doing something that you're passionate about, doing something that means something to you. Like, I don't know, like in my opinion, like I used to do construction, but it means absolutely nothing to me, and I didn't like doing it at all, and it was just like, no, I'm not really happy doing this. I don't care about putting up these houses. I don't, I'm just doing it to get a paycheck. Or like, being a waiter at some, or being like, I used to be a bar back in Boston at this club called Saint, really high-end club. One time, like, sometimes celebrities would come in, Copley Square, and I seen The Rock there, the actor, wrestler. I also saw The Undertaker there once. I was like, what the fuck? Guy had a trench coat on. He looked like almost the same as, That was funny. But yeah, I used to bar back there. It was like doing stuff like that. Like, I don't care about that either. That means nothing to me. That's why I was glad, like, I did my book. I'm an author, but I also work for Trine Day. So that's something that means to me, because I believe in their books. I like a lot of their books. I like what I'm doing. I like helping other authors. I like promoting other authors. especially, you know, like ones that have really great work. I host The Journey with Chris Milligan. And Chris Milligan started Trying Day because his father was in the OSS, which was the precursor to the CIA, and I think he was in the CIA when it became the CIA. And he told Chris some things about the Vietnam War. He was telling him that, you know, the secret societies like those in the Skull and Bones and stuff, were running this lose scenario in the Vietnam War, and they did lose. And he said it was about bringing the drugs over to the United States. It was about bringing all the opium and heroin over into the United States and flooding the United States with drugs. And what happened after the Vietnam War? All these drugs started flooding into America. Well, his father was a high-level guy in the CIA. Told him that, and so Chris never understood. It took him. He said it took him like 30 years to really start to understand what his father was saying. And Trying Day, Trying Day isn't just a publishing company that just publishes conspiracy theories that don't have any evidence to back it up. Like, a lot of these books are from people that are in the government or had positions in the government and things of that nature. John Loftus, for example, he wrote his book America's Nazi Secret. Trying Day published that. He had the highest security clearance you could have in government. There were all sorts of other people, like attorneys, you name it, military people. So I host The Journey with him. I like doing that. I spoke to Peggy Brown. We did that a few weeks ago. We interviewed her. Her mother-in-law was the mistress of LBJ, and she wrote a book called Privileged View about the Texas elite and LBJ and her mother's experience there and stuff, and that was cool. Yeah, I mean, I posted that. I don't really use Facebook, but I'm just gonna post like some of the stuff that I do with the journey and whatever else. Like, I hardly go on it. I only use it to put out. I schedule all of the advertisements for Trying Day, the Trying Day page, and that's the only reason I go on it. I just think social media is like so stupid. Like, I mean, I use X and stuff. X is kind of different, but Facebook is so stupid. Like, what do? Just like, oh, hey, I need attention, so I'm going to say all this stuff and post all these pictures of myself because I need attention. I need you to pay attention to me, and it's just stupid. I don't know. And so here we are in the summer. And yeah, I mean, I'm killing it on the bike. I'm actually getting into the best shape of my life. I almost have a six-pack. Like, I still have some stubborn fat to lose, but it's going. It's going, and I'll get there. And most of it is like the bike is just so much exercise, and then you have to do the diet and the calorie deficit and all of that. So I get that going on, and yeah, and I was like, I can't believe it's already July. There's all the foreign chicks are back working for the summer. I met two beautiful damsels from Ireland the other day. Down as they were selling ice cream in my neighborhood. I didn't even know that, but I like live in a golf course, and there's like this. There's a place where everybody goes to work out if you pay, if you're a member, which is like thousands of dollars. I don't do that, but they sell ice cream, and you can buy ice cream there even if you're not a member. So I went up there, and there's like these two beautiful damsels from Ireland. Got to know them, and I was like talking to them. I talk to them when I go by. I'm showing them some of my BMX tricks. They're like really impressed. Like, I love doing that. But I haven't seen too many. There is this one girl who's gorgeous that I did see, but I haven't gotten a chance to meet up with her yet. I haven't like gotten a chance to come face to face with her yet. So I'll go talk to her when I see her. I don't give a fuck. I'll talk to anybody. I had somebody ask me the other day if I was dating anybody. He's like, I can't believe I'm asking you this, but are you dating anyone? She was asking for a friend. She wasn't asking for herself, because I know she's married and everything, but she was asking for somebody else. Pretty sure I know who it is, but I said, well, you know, she doesn't live near me, so I said, yeah, I don't really do the long distance thing. I tried that one time when I was really sick. I tried that one time, and the other girl was really sick. That was a disaster. But, you know, no hard feelings. I hope she's doing well. But I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I'm never doing this ever again. No. But yeah, I'm not dating anybody right now, but we'll see how it goes. I'm really picky. I probably turned down, like, I've had a lot of opportunities. I just didn't want it. And I don't know, I'm just like, I don't care about being alone. Like, I'm totally happy. But of course, it's always better when you have like a girlfriend that is cool. But man, the girls today are just like fucking out of their minds, and it's not looking good. But yeah, if people want to know, I am not dating anybody. So send in an application. We'll see what happens. You know what I have seen a lot of lately is the swan. The swan's back on the bike trail. The swan. That was my name for this girl I used to talk to. I used to like. That was also. I don't know. That was a disaster too. Like, but she's back on the bike trail, and the funniest, I've got all these jokes. Like I'm always amusing myself. And it's like when I see her, it's like she was in all black. It was like, it's a black swan. Oh, the other day, I even have the feather here. The other day, I was on a bike trail and I seen this swan feather, and I picked it up. I was like, she must have been walking through here. I'm such a dork. No, but that was like just, I don't know. She's like an elf or something. She like lives in the woods. Probably lives in a swan pond. No, but she like, there's some like dirt road off the bike trail, and she just like descends into the woods and just like lives in the woods or something. She's like an elf. She looks like an elf. Her mom's a gnome. She's an elf, a swan. And probably a whole community of them back there. I was like, what the fuck is back there? I look, because people are always coming out. I was like, what the fuck is back there? I don't even talk to her anymore now. I just don't even acknowledge her. She's dead to me. I know she hates it too. I know she hates it. But, and we used to get along great too. Like, that's the thing. It's too bad. Too bad. Well, she had to start acting like a fucking snob, being arrogant, and just like, just playing all these games. It was so stupid. And like, she would like go out of her way to try to make me insecure. It was like, and it's just, I see right through it. It's so stupid. She's playing all these games. She gives me her number, and then when I get a hold of her, she ghosts me on purpose, which is like, I knew what she was doing. I knew that's what she was doing. And I was just like, all right, you want to play games? Your wish is my command. So we started playing games. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to get back at her. So I wrote her this letter, frustrate her. First I gave her this angel ticket thing that I made. That girls love. And then I gave her a letter. Like, no, like I wrote it in the hopes to frustrate her. I mean, it was kind of a joke, but it was like, I did it with the intention to frustrate her. And so I was like telling her why I should be a good, she's like, I don't like you, right? I don't like you back. I heard that you like me. I don't like you back. This and that. And I was like, so to get back at her after she ghosted me like that, I wrote her this letter telling her why I'm worthy, why I would be a great boyfriend. Like, you don't do that, but I did that, like, just to piss her off. And that worked. She turned into an angry swan. We stopped talking for a while. Then we started talking again. And then I was like, I know she told me she didn't like me, but I don't know. For some reason, I just didn't believe her. Like, it just felt like she wasn't being honest with me. So I was like, all right, I'm going to set up this little trap. And she walked right into it. It was so funny. I go, hey, I gave this other girl an angel ticket with great results. And she went, first, like, when I stopped her, she was all smiley and stuff. And when I said that, I was like, her face just dropped. It was like a frown. And then I said something else, and she's like, I don't want to talk to you. And she walked away, stormed away. And next time I seen her, I'm like, hey, you weren't mad the other day, were you? You kind of left abruptly. She's like, no. Looked like she was about to come clean or something. And I go, are you sure? And she turns around with the back of her head facing me. She turns around, stands there for a second, puts her hair up, and then she turns back around. She goes, I'm never mad. Like, that is like the worst thing you could have said. Like, because I'm not an idiot. I've had many girlfriends, and I know what that means. If you had Google Translate, right? And you had Google Translate, and you put that into Google Translate, you're like, okay, and you had woman language, translate to woman language, it'd be like, I'm never mad. Translate, and it would say, yes, I was mad, but I don't want you to know I was mad, so I'm going to tell you that not only was I not mad, but that I never get mad. Not thinking of how illogical that sounds, but I'm running on emotion, not logic. That's how that goes. So she wasn't being honest with me, and it was just like, then she started acting like a complete snob, just being so, just awful. Acting like a snob, acting like a diva, acting like she's better than me. And it was all to try to make me insecure, to like tear me down, emasculate me and whatever. And it's so unattractive when girls do that. Like, I cannot stand when girls do that. It's so gross. So gross to me. Just be a normal fucking person, you know what I mean? So, I let her go, and then I saw her again, and I gave her one more chance to come clean and just, tell me, obviously you got something going on there. Why don't you just be upfront and honest with me? Maybe things will go a lot better for you. And didn't want to do that. Like, then deny, and then say things to try to make me feel insecure and try to emasculate me, and I don't like you, I don't like what you say, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, and I was like, all right, you know what? You run with that. See you later. And that was the last time I spoke to her. That was like last year. Last summer. Like late spring or something. Springtime. And then I didn't see her for like the longest time. Like, obviously, she had something going on. I was like, why don't you just say something? Why don't you just be honest with me? Why you gotta lie? I was like, obviously, you know what I think? I think she's just insecure, and she's just trying to tear me down to try to take me down to her level, like so the playing field is a little more level. Obviously, she got some issues there, because I was like, that was always the way she would handle me. She would always try to just, And the sad thing is, she was a really nice girl when I first started talking to her. She was a really nice girl. And I was like, I wasn't even going to talk to her. She waved to me the first time. I was like, all right, you're signaling to me you want me to talk to you or something. So I did. I went up to her. I talked to her. Got to know each other. We used to have a great time, too. And she was a really sweet girl. And then she just, I don't know what she was doing, listening to YouTube people telling her what to do or something, but she just turned into a completely different person who was just gross. She should just, go back to being that nice, sweet girl that she was before. And, stop all this conflict. It was always conflict, tensions, all this nonsense. So it was like, you know what I think? I think she just needs Adam to give her a nice big hug and a kiss. That's what I think. But she's not going to get it the way she's fucking acting now. Just not going to get it by acting like a snob. Acting like a diva. As of now, she doesn't deserve that. But, if she ever wants to change her attitude, then cool, I'll talk to her again. I'd love to. If she could be that girl that she was before. But until then, adios. And I'm just going to treat her like she's dead to me. She wears enough makeup, she looks like a dead person. So obviously, if she feels she has to wear that much makeup, she's probably insecure. But, I get it. I've been there, done that. So, we all have our issues. I've been insecure before. It took me a long time to build up to be a confident man that I am today. Because I grew up with my older brother always telling me that I was better off dead, that I was nothing, it was hard. He was like a demon. Like literally. But, yeah, it's funny. She has the temperament of a swan, too. That's what's so funny. And she used to go study in France, and it was so funny because swans are protected species in France. And I had this joke that she probably goes there because swans are protected there. She's a swan. That's why I said, oh, that's so funny, too. When I wrote her this letter to get back here, I told her, I said, you are a beautiful, gorgeous swan. I'm an idiot. I like writing people letters. It was like, when I was younger, when I was in high school, I used to write girls, all my girlfriends, we used to write letters back and forth to each other, pass notes to each other. And I love writing in cursive. I don't know. I feel like I was born in the wrong age. I don't know. I feel like I was meant for a different world or something. But I don't know. When I wrote my friend Veronica a letter, Veronica, she's a friend on my Facebook. She's a Facebook friend that I met a long time ago through my friend Jake Perry, who lives out in Cali. She lives out in Cali too. She's gorgeous. Veronica. I call her Dolly Dearest. Dolly Dearest. Yeah, she's great. I love her. She's a doll. That's the only thing I was looking forward to going back on Facebook is talking to Veronica. She's great. She loves heavy metal. That's what I love about her. And she's just really cool. She's just such a cool chick. Awesome chick. But, now she's ghosting me, so I don't know. She's doing it on purpose, too. I guarantee it. All these girls do this stuff on purpose. To see how we react. They play all these games. Especially, the Swan, she's playing all these games, and I just got tired of it. I just feel like, why do you have to prove yourself to have such a low character after how great we were getting along at first? Why do you have to go and ruin it? I had to go and bring out this just almost like a completely different person. It's so unattractive to me when people that have physical beauty decide to act arrogant, snobby, and just it's just disgusting to me. I can't stand it. It's unattractive. It makes you look really bad. And it's stupid. Stupid. I think the Swan should just give peace a chance. I think the Swan should help. I think the Swan should stop being so selfish and help me with garbage land. I mean, this place is bad enough as it is, so, you know. But, I hope, yeah, I mean, I've seen, there's been some chicks in the neighborhood that I did meet this girl who lives around the corner. She's from Michigan. She was on a skateboard too. She's like this blonde, pretty little blonde. She's on this skateboard. I'm like riding my bike and like I was like, is that chick on a skateboard? She like had a skateboard in her hands and she gets on it. She wipes out. I'm like, oh man. And I'm like riding by. I'm like, all right, well I better go up and ask her if she's all right. And I was like, I went up to her and I was like, oh man, wiping out sucks. I wiped out, you know, plenty of times, and it's just, it sucks. Especially like if you wipe out in front of a car or like a bunch of people, it just it always looks. Right now, I've been practicing 360s down at Cumbies, and I haven't really taken falls, but I've had to jump off my bike and stuff. I cannot wait till I get that down. I put a shorts video up, kind of like, I was doing the 360s. I had the 360s, but they're not like true 360s, because it's like, I gotta land on both tires instead of like landing on my back tire and then using my back tire to spin all the way around. That's called like the 3-cap or something. I'm trying to get better at this. I cannot wait till I get that trick down. It's going to be awesome. 360s are the best. I got the 180s no problem, but 180s and fakies, I'm just progressing slowly. It's just, you know, but that's like my favorite thing to do. And I have a job that allows me to ride whenever I want pretty much. So I really like that. And I'm also doing all of this important work on immune tolerance and Eric Traub's work and all of the history there. That's moving along. I mean, that is unbelievably important work. And I've got a presentation coming up at the end of July. I'm going to be doing a presentation for some webinar, and it's going to be on Eric Traub and the early, you know, how he configured chronic disease and the whole stuff about immune tolerance. So I'm going to do that. I'll just keep chipping away. I think I will end it here. We are 33 minutes in. I will end it here. And with that said, everybody, take care of yourselves. Be yourself. Build yourself. And girls, act like normal people. Stop acting crazy. And I will see you on the other side.